Welcome, everybody, to PlayPSVR, the podcast. I want to welcome you. Thanks for joining us. As usual, I'm your host, Adam. I'm here with my co-host, the lovely, the chilly, the wrinkly Scroat. Scroat, how are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm a wrinkly old man, Adam. I'm a wrinkly, chilly old man. I'm Scroat. I'm not Scroat, Adam. My name is Alex. I need you to have some respect for me. I don't have time for your bad nicknames for me. I've been shoveling snow all evening. I don't have time for it, Adam. I'm ready to play PSVR and kick ass, and I'm all out of ass. So let's get to it.
How about sax?
Play sax?
No. How about instead of Scroat, I call you Sax? Let's
do it. For the rest of the episode, I want you to call me Sax.
And I want you to give me a big time sax solo. That I want you to do that every time too. Not really, because that's going to be bad. Anyhow, so we want to welcome you to the podcast. So we're going to cover like we typically do, our gamer juices. We're going to talk about some Mage's Tale, some Crisis Brigade. Our second segment, because we don't have a guest this week, we're going to do a new little titty for you called Master Debatur. And so that's going to be real good. Can't wait for that. It's going to be a blast. Alex and I are just going to argue over pointless things like who would win in a fight, that guy is Will or Zephyr Games. It's going to be real good. And then the third segment, we're going to talk about what games are coming out. Eden Tomorrow coming out this week. What? I didn't see it coming. Alex didn't see it coming. I bet you didn't see it coming either. And then, of course, airing of grievances. We'll hit some sales and then just have a jolly old good freaking time. So to begin tonight, what are you sucking down, Alex? Or Sax?
I have been busy as heck, man. I could not go find any. I think there's some cranberry juice. I didn't even have time to pour anything for myself. We're just drinking typical old water, man. It's just water. That's all it is. That's all I'm drinking tonight, Adam. I'm just as disappointed as you are. Listeners, I am so sorry. It's not even carbonated. That's what my gamer juice is. Not even gamer juice. It's just my body's already got like 70% made up of this stuff. It's stupid. I'm sorry. Adam, what are you drinking? I hope it's good.
I'm not gonna make any scrotum jokes here, but I've got something that's quite interesting. It's Diablo. It's like French or something. Mint lemonade French soda. And I like me some lemonade. I love mint. I don't know what the F French soda is, but I'm going to give her a try. This may put me on the path of every lemonade I make, every lemonade I buy. I whip out my nips, take a little bit of the mint that's growing around them, and put it in the lemonade. Like, this could be clutch.
How is it?
I'm going to have to drink it a little more. Oh, it's good. At first, I was like, dude, I don't even taste the mint, these butt faces. And then it kicks you. It takes that sphincter of yours and just right at the end. Dude, that was good. That's good. That's good. It's good. It's good. You know, any Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation fans out there will recognize that little titty to the movie. I think that means something other than a breast, right?
Why do you keep
it's like
saying,
a reference.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I think it means like a reference to, right?
I have no idea.
Like I'm gonna perform this little titty for you.
I think you're thinking of the word ditty, like what that little ditty.
Really?
Yeah. Ditty
sure?
means like a short song or something like that.
How do you think I spell the titty I'm talking about?
Titty.
Titty. Okay, anyhow, so let's another word for tit. There's gotta be something else. There's a sense, a dialect. Maybe that's what a teat entry.
All right, let's move on, Adam.
I'm gonna start saying ditty then. Okay,
yeah, that's better.
So regardless, now we're done talking about ditties and titties and scroats. We're gonna talk about the Powerade play of the week, which is the Mage's Tale. Mm-hmm. So Alex and I both got to play this bad boy, and this is a pretty easy pick for the play of the week. So do you want me to dive into my thoughts on this, or do you want to flower us with your thoughts first?
I'll flower the listeners with my thoughts first, because my thoughts are more appropriate. The Mage's Tale, I said earlier in the year that I had no idea what the difference was between the Mage's Tale and the Wizards. Again, I don't know what the difference is, but the Wizards is coming out next month, so that gives me time to enjoy the Mage's Tale in and of itself. It's a game that came out on the PC VR already, so people have already experienced it. It got rave reviews, and now it has come out on the PSVR. The good news about this game is that it's a fully fledged game. It's not like a mini game. It's like an 8 to 10 hour game. I haven't beaten it, but I've read, it's pretty consistent. Howlongtobeat.com, everybody's saying it's going to take you 8 to 10 hours to beat this game. And I think when you beat it, you've kind of seen everything there is, so it's pretty easy to 100%. But the game's fully realized. In this game, you are a wizard or a mage, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the difference. And you have to kind of go find your master who disappears on you in the beginning, and it's kind of a dungeon crawling thing. It's got some light RPG elements where you're upgrading things in your hit points and the amount of damage you do and your recharge rate on your spells. But you upgrade those things by, when you level up, you have the choice of picking one thing or another, and you kind of pick one over the other, and the other one goes away. So it's like, oh, I want to do more damage, so I'll pick a damage upgrade this time instead of a health upgrade. So it's not like strict point allocation RPG. I heard people confused about that, but it's still, it's like an RPG light kind of thing going on. But the main mechanic of this game is you're using the move controllers. You got two hands. Two hands means you are going to be casting spells. It's got full locomotion. It's got smooth motion. It's got smooth turning, which you wouldn't know if you watched our PlayPSVR Golden Stream this week, because Adam didn't turn it on. Adam was teleporting and snapping all over the place, making me feel sick. But when I played the game, I immediately went in, turned on the smooth motion, turned off the comfort settings, turned on the snap turning. And there's an option. You'd like turn a crank to turn down the speed of the turning. I had to do that because it was turning too fast. It was walking too fast for me. And you can kind of slow things down. The locomotion in this game is fantastic. You aim by looking with your headset where you want to shoot, and then your first weapon you get is a fireball. And you literally just look where you want to hit, and you throw the fireball with the aim controller. It feels great. It's really tactile. At least casting the spells is tactile. So the combat is really enjoyable in that regard. You have other spells like chain lightning and ice spears and stuff like that. And you can kind of customize your spell. There's different colors and different added bonuses. You do that in like a home world hub where you're dropping spells into a cauldron and mixing it up. This game is highly interactive. It does so many things that I really enjoy. You're constantly picking up stuff and playing with things. One of my favorite things is you pick up a mushroom and you get like an acid trip guitar riff in your ear. Nothing too crazy, just a nice little subtle effect. The story's nothing to write home about so far, but this game is put out by the people who made The Bard's Tale. It's a revered RPG series that's kind of known for its lighthearted nature, and it's a kind of humorous take on the high fantasy stuff. So I think the game is funny. I don't know if Adam thinks the game is funny, but there's a lot of humorous things in here. One of my favorite things is, instead of like inventory that you keep things in, when you grab an item that you might use later, there's a little frog that pops up. And he looks like a purse or something, but he's just sitting there. He pops up next to you, and he just starts sucking things in, going, and you throw the thing in his mouth. It's not laugh out loud funny, but it's a humorous touch, and it's appreciated in a game like this. I'm kind of rambling, Adam. Do you want to go ahead and tell us your thoughts about this game a little bit?
Sure, because you certainly do ramble. And here's the thing. Mage's Tale it's a good game. It's not a great game. I don't really understand all the rave that it's receiving. I think part of that is because we haven't had much excitement here in 2019. So a good game does show up, and it's a lengthy game. And I mean, 9 hours is a great length, especially for the price. It's fun to fight. I think the puzzles are very clever. You could tell that they didn't just give you some boring puzzles to solve, to waste your time and progress to the next area. They really thought about them. And I appreciate that. For one, do not find it humorous whatsoever. I don't think it's funny. Don't trust Alex. It's not funny at all. The graphics, although there will be a pro patch in the future, right now there is not one, and they are god-awful. They are horrible. It's fuzzy. It's unclear. It's really bad. It's like Invisible Hours bad.
Really? That seems strange to me, because I thought the graphics looked great. I had no problem. I thought they were pretty sharp, and I didn't find anything blurry. It was all really straightforward and nice.
Well, so it is weird because some of the graphics are good. Like if you get up close to your little buddy, the one that annoys you and travels with you, he looks really good up close. But if he gets that mid distance or in the background, it looks like complete and utter trash. The first thing I noticed is, wow, these graphics suck. So there's that. So the combat is pretty fun, being able to throw the fireballs and different spells. One thing I do wish they would do is this game, you walk, and in very predictable moments, you have to battle. And in those battles, you have to fight. I don't want to say a horde because it's not like they shove 10 enemies at you right in one instance. But it's like they show 3 enemies. You kill them, and then another one pops up. And so it's like at every point where you have to battle, there's like 5 to 10 enemies. And it's very predictable, and you're in the same room. I would rather them have them more sparsely set apart so that I'm going through the dungeon and, okay, there's one enemy there, and then one enemy there, and then, okay, there's a few enemies here, and then maybe a big fight. But the way it is, it's kind of intermittent in the combat, and when it is, it's like 10 people in a row. It's just not. It really ruins it. The first like 5 enemies, I'm like, yeah, throwing the ice javelin, freezing him, then him with fireballs to kill him. But then, really, after the 5th one, I'm like, okay, you've overstayed your welcome. So I don't think they did a good job with that. Overall, I do think it's a pretty fun game, and I like how you can customize your spells. I think that's easily the best part of the game, and you find things in the world that you can use to change your spells and make them guided, or change the color, or add damage, or you prolong effects, something like that. I would probably give it like a 7.5 or 8. Definitely not more than an 8. And I've at like the 4th or 5th dungeon, I think. So I'm not finished with it. Once I play a little more, I'm going to have an official review on the website. Stay tuned for that. But that's my quick and dirty thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you. The combat has something, leaves something to be desired. My beef with it is that the enemies are kind of repetitive. Even there's like a melee enemy and, like a archery enemy and stuff. They have a little bit of variety to them. They're just not really fun to fight for some reason. It's like the way they respond to your attacks or something. It's not quite enjoyable. They might mix it up later on in the levels, but it feels like Nintendo 64 level of interaction when you shoot something or you hit something. It's like you hit it and it takes a damage, and then there's like an animation that occurs. So I don't know. We've been spoiled by modern games, and this is missing that nice little touch that really makes the combat feel solid. So that's something that disappoints me. One thing I did really like, and I thought I was going to hate, is that the options menu, the way you navigate the menus, is by drinking potions. And I thought it was going to be really annoying, but it happens pretty quickly, and it's just kind of fun to take the options potion and then just chug it. If you're having trouble making that work, you really got to hold it really like up close to your mouth as if you're actually drinking it. I think it's fun. I can tell by Adam's face he hates it.
I don't hate it. It's whatever. I don't know what to tell you. It's a good game.
I appreciate that this game is an actual game. It's like a full length game, 8 to 10 hours. That's a kind of single player experience I want. It's not banking on you replaying over and over again to try to get your money's worth out of it. It's just a full game. It's not the best game ever. It's not super AAA, but it's a full game, and I really enjoy that. The downside of this game is it's put out by In Exile Entertainment. They just got purchased by Microsoft, and this was like their last non-Xbox game, so I doubt we're going to see a sequel, and I doubt we're going to see much support or DLC or anything for this title, which is unfortunate. It's a game, like a sequel to this would probably be fantastic, but I don't think we're going to see it on PSVR at least. So that's disappointing. Adam, do you want to move on to our next game?
Sure. So I think the next one will be Crisis Brigade, and that too, both Alex and I have played. I will say that I played this both with the Move controllers, and thankfully to Alex, I suppose, he told me it has aim support, which I did not know. So I've played it with the aim controller as well, and the aim controller is so much better. Like, way out of this world. Everything that uses the aim controller is so much better with it than without it. Like, this game was, I'm not going to go insane here, but this game was like maybe a 5, a 4. Now, it's more playable. Its aim controller is so good. It's literally the perfect accessory. I love it so much. Regardless, the game in general, it has a lot of potential. It's really fun. You're a cop. You're thrown into essentially, like, I guess, a bank robbery, and essentially have to gun down a buttload of robbers. And it's pretty fun in concept. It's very difficult. Even on rookie mode, there's rookie in hell. Rookie mode, I have yet to defeat it. I mean, I made it. So with the aim controller, I made it farther than I ever have. I had to be close. I mean, I'm gunning people down, not taking damage. And I bet I made it maybe nine like areas through. Because they put you in an area, you have to fight your way through it, and then you get to pick what other area you move to, which is kind of nice because it ups the replay value. Because you could go, okay, I want to go to the info center, or I want to go to the office, and then those have different branches. And so I don't know what the ending of the game looks like. I know there is one, but I don't know what it looks like. It's very difficult. But I mean, like I said, it's a very fun concept. But the first thing is that the entire game you have to crouch. The second level you can stand and use a wall and a statue as protection. Every other level that you're in, you have to crouch. And I don't mean like crouch a little bit. Like when I was just playing, I was on my knees the entire game, which sucks. I don't want to do that. It's uncomfortable. My floor is hard. I don't have knee pads. It's not, I mean, I think a good immersive game has you on your knees a couple of times, like super hot. That's great. But this game, you might as well just freaking do an Indian squat or sit or whatever that's called on the floor, because you will be on the floor the entire game if you want even a chance of getting through it. And then I would like to see more variety and some levels, like I said, where you can stand, you don't have to crouch. The motion controllers are a complete piece of trash. I hate them in every game, especially this game. The reload mechanic for the move controllers is stupid, and it's slow, and you will die. Use the move or the aim controller; it's much better. I mean, here's the thing. I wish it were more doable. It weren't so difficult. Have like a pre-rookie mode or a training mode or something, because it's a fun game, but it's just, why so hard? And then for $6, that's why I have to remember. It's $6, and for $6, it's a pretty complete experience. It's a unique concept. It's a game that's easy to show someone new. It's not going to make them sick, but will show them the versatility of VR and how it's different. So for $6, I think it's not bad, but I do wish that it were a little more. I wish it were easier, I suppose.
Yeah, I have similar opinions to Adam about this game. I said it would be good. I just recently I got a wild hair making me want to buy Time Crisis, the original Time Crisis, or one of the originals. I bought it for the PlayStation 3 because you can use move controllers on that. And so I played Time Crisis this past week on the PlayStation 3 just so I can get myself hyped up. And then I saw that this game was $6, which is actually cheaper than the Time Crisis I bought for the PlayStation 3, oddly enough. I'm kind of an idiot for doing that. Because this game is like an homage to the Time Crisis series. If you've played Time Crisis at a movie theater or in the arcades or something like that, you know what this game is trying to do. The downside is Crisis VRigade kind of misses some of the key points of Time Crisis. Now, in Time Crisis, what happens is you have a timer ticking down, and it's a light gun game, and you're shooting the enemies as they pop up. There are basic enemies that they're blue, and then there are red enemies, which are kind of like danger enemies. They're the ones you know that are probably going to hit you with their first shot, so you got to be quick and take them out immediately. Now, in Crisis VRigade, there's no differentiation like that. All the enemies are kind of just rapidly shooting bullets in all directions randomly, and you have a chance of just randomly getting hit if you happen to be out in the open. So that kind of takes away some of the strategy in deciding who to attack first. There's a little bit of strategy, though, because the cover that you get in Crisis VRigade doesn't really place you – it doesn't place you in total safety. So you kind of have to take out guys so that you have a safe place to hang out at. That being said, the other thing that this game completely misses that Time Crisis nails is when you change your location in Time Crisis, they give you a view of what the area is going to look like kind of before it ducks you down into cover. So you can kind of see where the enemies are, where they're going to be, and then it ducks you into cover before it says action. Also, whenever you're ducked in cover, you basically can't get hit. That helps you out. In this game, I guess for motion sickness reasons, they don't move you through the area, in smooth motion. They kind of teleport you slowly to the next part. And then it's really just like frames moving you to the next part. And right before you get to the next playable section where you're going to be shooting the bad guys from, they don't really indicate where you're going to be, where the cover is going to be, and they don't show you where the enemies are or anything. So when the game finally fades, the black fades away and you're there in a live action scenario, the bullets are already flying, the enemies are already shooting at you, and you don't know where your cover is, you don't know where you're supposed to be hiding. And every time I died, basically, I died because I was just dropped in a situation and got shot before I even knew where I was going to be. I tried paying attention really hard, seeing where my cover was going to be. It's like, oh, look, there's a computer monitor and a desk. I'm probably going to be hiding behind that. No, I'm actually like 5 feet over to the side behind some statue that's, just skinny enough to block like 2 bullets from hitting me. So that was really frustrating. Now, it wouldn't be too hard to just put an indicator, like an arrow pointing where you're going to be for that next step. That would make things a lot better just so I can mentally prepare myself. And, maybe if the enemies weren't already shooting by the time you got there, that would help out a little bit. That being said, I really enjoyed it. $6. It's, almost just like a demo. It's worth it just as like a demo, something else to do with the aim controller. It feels really good with the aim controller. I haven't tried the move controller, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. One thing that I think is interesting, and Adam doesn't think it's interesting. When I told him about this, he said, "You can compare my nuts." I said that I thought it was interesting comparing this game to Mage's Tale, in that Mage's Tale is like this, fully realized game, and they have these kind of creative enemies and a kind of creative world, and the combat just falls apart because the enemies aren't really fun to fight. And this is like the opposite. It's not a high fantasy. It's not a fully realized world. It's very basic gameplay design, but it's really fun when you're playing because it's really fun to just shoot the enemies. They're lo-fi, but the enemies have a little bit of variety. They have different like robber masks on. And when you shoot them, it feels visceral. They're like little blood squirts out of them, and they like crumple over ragdoll style. I don't know. Something about enemy types and then the way they respond to the combat can really make the gameplay in a combat-focused game feel better. So I thought that was interesting. If we could kind of get both of them, it would make me feel happy that both of these games could have that.
I also said, quote, "F you, compare my nuts." That was a direct quote. And I'm glad you did compare at least the games. You didn't compare my nuts yet, but that's okay. So another thing that annoys me, and this isn't about the game. I'm not going to dock the game for this. Other people do it, so there's no reason that Crisis Brigade can't do it. But there's 2 things here that annoy me. First of all, I don't understand. I guess I understand, but all types of games are using Donald Trump or Donald Trump lookalikes to shoot. I understand that, okay, dude's a freaking idiot. Yeah, he's a moron. Yeah, it's very easy to make fun of him. But hasn't that joke played itself out? I mean, Just in Time Incorporated did it. This did it. I know there was one other VR game that it was definitely a Trump lookalike. I forgot what it was. And then
Little Star.
A Little Star, exactly. Of course, that may be the Little Star, and who is that hooker he banged? Or the porn star? I don't know.
Stormy?
Yeah, Stormy. That may be, that's how he was on Little Star there. But, I mean, like, seriously, why? Every time I see it, like, I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't love Trump, but it's like, seriously, like, why? I don't know. Am I stupid for having that bother me? I'm just like, it's a lack of creativity, and that's the stuff that I hate.
For the listeners of the podcast who aren't seeing on YouTube, Adam has a MAGA hat on. Basically, every time we record, I have to try to remind him to take it off, and he just won't. We got all these nice posters behind him, but he's also just got a MAGA poster behind him, and he's got a nice picture of Trump too. But seriously, no, I understand what you're getting at. It's a low-hanging fruit. I was kind of disappointed too when I saw, the splash screen when you first start the game. You see like a mask, a Donald Trump head with a bullet hole in it. And It's kind of like, okay, I get it. Like, you want to like slam dunk on Trump. It's like, it's low hanging fruit. It's like easy points to score. And yeah, I understand what you're saying. Lack of creativity. It doesn't really bother me too much because it's just whatever. It's like a $6 game, and I'm not coming at it for the laughs. But yeah, it's kind of silly. It's just I don't know. It just seems dumb. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, like, come on, like, just why? I don't understand. Like,
well, to be fair, it's kind of a trope of like bank robber movies where the guys wear like president masks. So that's it. I forget what movie it was, but they were wear like Ronald Reagan and George Washington and Benjamin Franklin masks when they robbed the bank. I don't really think that's what they're going for here because I think Donald Trump is the only person mask and everybody else is like bunny rabbits and stuff like that.
no, it's not even a mask.
I don't think you're fighting Donald Trump.
Well, no, it's a Donald Trump lookalike.
No, I think it's a guy with a Donald Trump
mask.
I think it's a Donald Trump mask because all the guys have masks on, unless
Dude, except for Donald Trump. Like, seriously, I'm not joking. You look at the screen you were talking about, that is not a mask. That is his face. I looked because I was like, well, that's
I don't think there's a body attached to it, Adam. I think that's why I know it's a mask.
No. It has an entire head. Like a mask, you'd see a head and then a mask on the head. This is just a face.
It's like one of those full head masks, man.
Also, if you look in game, he is definitely not wearing a mask. And the thing is, I'm not going to get political here, but you mentioned it earlier when I brought it up that it's annoying because Barack Obama would never be in a video game where you'd shoot him. And he was president. Like, what the heck? Why didn't they use George Washington or George W. Bush? Like, it's just it's just annoying. It's like they found the easiest out that they can get, and they took it.
It's just low. It's like I said, low hanging fruit, man. They're just trying to slam dunk it. I don't know.
Well, they putted it in. They 2-inch putted it in and said slam dunked it. The other thing
that challenging jokes in his shooting arcade games, guys.
Yes,
come on, up the ante.
So the other thing that annoys me, and again, I'm not docking Crisis Brigade because there's countless of these in PSVR, are these freaking games that have block graphics, dude. Like, I understand that. I think it's sometimes it's useful. Like, I didn't really think much about Just in Time Incorporated. I didn't really think about, Discovery, obviously, the Minecraft clone, so that's going to have it. And then we got Smash Hit Plunder. Now we have this. We can name off.
Perfect Sniper, Out of Ammo.
Exactly. That's going to be our next, what do you call it?
Sweet
Countdown. Yeah, Sweet 16, block-type graphics of the PSVR. And it's like, why? It's lazy and it sucks because this game, if it were, I'm not saying ultra realistic like Call of Duty or Bravo Team or something like that, but like something that is more realistic, it would be awesome. Like, it would be more of an experience. Now I feel like I'm playing a video game because I look and everything's a freaking block. But if you had me in, like, if Firewall had this, holy crap, would that be way better than what they're presenting to us now?
So
go ahead.
This is going to sound kind of funny and against what I was saying, but what you're describing, Adam, is Bravo Team.
Well, if that's Bravo Team, but the controls in Bravo Team suck balls, right?
You don't move in Bravo Team. Like, it's like this where you're moving from station to station and shooting. The difference is Bravo Team was like $30 and this is $6. Also, Bravo Team doesn't feel as good to shoot. Like, the shooting in this game feels pretty good with the aim controller. When you hit an enemy, that feels good. In Bravo Team, it's like clip, 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 and then a guy goes down and points fly out of the screen. It's, I don't know. I kind of want to play Bravo Team now that I'm thinking about it.
It's hilarious. But see, okay, I mean, I haven't played Bravo Team, but that, to me, like, I was thinking maybe my third time playing the game, I was like, dude, if this were like more realistic graphics, this would be awesome. Because I really do love the idea of hiding and showing yourself, making quick shots, assessing when you have to duck back. Like, the whole concept is incredible. It's just these block graphics, and then it's a little too hard. But, I mean, I'm sick of block games. Quit doing it. Come up with something else, or better graphics, or don't have a game where you have to have people when you're not able to actually develop them and come up with the graphics.
Yeah, I can understand why they do it because it really saves in development costs when you can use like pre-made assets. That being said, this game isn't as bad an offender as like Out of Ammo or Perfect Sniper or even Just in Time Incorporated because it's not just straight up Minecraft block graphics. These have a little bit more texture to them. They look more humanist, like they look more like real people than the Minecraft guys. It's not just rectangles attached to each other. But I understand what you're talking about. It's kind of cartoony and arcadey. But that was weird. They're cartoony, but when you shoot them and they crumple over and blood goes everywhere, that was a bit realistic. So it was an interesting, I don't know, interesting juxtaposition. But it would be interesting to see something a little bit more realistic in this kind of game. It would make things a lot more tense, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, and like I said, I'm not going to dock it. I don't blame them. I understand that you got to think about time and money and all that stuff, but I just think it would make a much better game if it were more realistic. But
I hear you.
okay, so the one of my last game I'm going to talk about is Surgeon Simulator. This came out of nowhere because this past week I bought it for $450. And that's $4.50, not $450.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I know, right? Because I like the idea of job simulator and these games in which it's like, okay, we're going to give you a task, but pretty much you have free reign to do what you want, how you want it, and when you want to do it. And so I was excited to play this game, and I'm going to not lie. I was disappointed. First of all, you could definitely tell that it is a first-gen like soon released PSVR game. It's very rough around the edges. The motion controllers are god awful. They are horrible. You try to grab something and it doesn't work. You open a box and everything flies everywhere. And I mean, maybe that's the game being glitchy and less of the motion controllers. I don't know. Something about it does not work well. And then so you essentially are a physician, you're a surgeon, and you have to cut eyes out and replace. You got to take teeth out. You have to do a kidney transplant, a heart transplant, or a brain transplant. And the thing that really is the biggest kick in the balls, those are the 5 surgeries you do over and over and over. I thought you just did a bunch of surgeries, but no. You do them first in your office, and then you do the same ones in an ambulance, and then you do the same ones in space. And you just do the same exact surgery with the same tools, the same objectives over and over and over again, and that sucks. Like, it just plain sucks. There's no way around it. As I mentioned, it's very glitchy. Some of it is kind of funny. Like, for example, the eye transplant, you stab him in the eye with a scalpel, and then you slap his face around a little bit, and his eye pops out, and it's just dangling there. And then you take a scalpel, and you cut the optic nerve so his eye falls out, and then you just take an eyeball and put another one in. Like, some of it has humor to it for sure, and I appreciate that aspect of it. But just the fact that it's doing the same 5 surgeries over and over, and the fact that it's so glitchy is unfortunate. I also thought I would have more free reign in the fact that if I wanted to rip his guts out, I could. If I wanted to dick around in any method that I wanted to, I could. But instead, the person's on the table, their blood is running down. The more damage they take, the more you cut them, the more you mess around. And so they will die, which kind of, it makes sense because your goal is to save them and perform the surgery, but it makes it very linear. Like, you can't mess around or the person's going to die and ruin the game. So you don't have that free reign to do whatever you want, which I think that was one of the main reasons I wanted the game. So that was disappointing. Overall, like I said, it was disappointing. It's still kind of fun. I got for $450. I don't regret buying it, but it's a game that I would have a hard time telling you to purchase it, even for $450, just because it's so rough around the edges and glitchy and so limited. Yeah, I mean, if I had to rate it, I would give it like a 4 maybe, but that's kind of maybe, I don't know. Alex, do you think that's a testament to maybe the game wasn't that good, or from back when it was released to now, we've gotten and progressed so much that now, like back then, that game would have been incredible. But now, because things are more polished and we have better titles under our belt, it makes that one look really bad.
I think it would have probably been an average game at any point. We came out of the gate with really good games. I mean, Resident Evil 7 was one of the first games now in hindsight, and interactive games like Batman Arkham VR was out. Job Simulator was out pretty quick. You know, we've had this fun, interactive, good, polished games for a while. And I remember when Surgeon Simulator came out, it had bad tracking. People complained about the tracking, and this is apparently the improved version of it. If it's still bad, that's kind of disappointing. I thought the game was a silly game too. I bought it. I haven't touched it yet, but I bought it on the sale because it was cheap. And I heard it had an easy platinum, so might be watching out on that platinum challenge there, Adam.
Yeah, right. Good luck.
I haven't touched it, and the fact that it's not just basically like Job Simulator, but in an OR, has me disappointed. I was hoping for something really silly, where you're just like pulling guts out, stringing them all over the place. That would have been fun. I did play that surgery game that came out for the Wii, Trauma Center. I really enjoyed that, but that game required precision, and if this game requires precision and the tracking's not good, then it's just like, what are we doing here? I don't. That's disappointing. I'm still going to try it. I've got to get the platinum so that I don't lose this platinum challenge, because I'm a true competitor, Adam. Unlike you, you're going to be a loser, and you're always going to be a loser.
Okay. I don't know what else to say. Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, that about does it for segment 2 or segment 1. We're going to be moving on after the break to segment 2, where we will introduce to our wonderful listeners the Master Debater. Get ready for it. It's going to be a wild ride. Intensity. Yeah, it's late, but welcome. It is time for segment 2. We are going to present the Master Debater. That's right. Adam and I love to argue with each other. We like talking to each other about PlayPSVR, but we love it when we disagree and we argue, and we know you guys love it when we argue too. So Adam and I, we wanted to facilitate and foster that animosity that really gets you guys going and gets us going too about PlayPSVR. So introducing the Master Debater and the namesake of the show, the Master Debater himself, Adam, is here to debate with me. Adam, are you ready to debate with me, to be the Master Debater?
Dude, we love the Master Debate.
Mm-hmm. Every day I find myself master debating. I don't even realize it. I wake up and
I master debate at the park, in the bathroom, at work, in my room.
In front of the whole classroom, I'll be there.
In front of your wife. This is great. I'm going to just be honest, this is the whole reason I agreed to do this segment. That right there.
Speaking of low-hanging fruit, right?
Like a scrote.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Okay.
Let's master debate what your best nickname in life has been. It's probably been scrote.
So what we're going to do, we got 3 topics we're going to hit real quick, and we're probably going to do this whenever we don't have a guest and we just want to talk about something. We're going to hit these 3 topics real quick, and if I feel like Adam's rambling too long, somebody's going to get hit with the... That's an air horn. I hope it came through. Could you hear that well, Adam? I need it to be loud enough for you to shut
I heard it. I heard it, and that's time for you to quit talking. Our first subject... or topic rather. So last week we had Zephyr Games on, and we were talking about stuff, and he mentioned that his most disappointing title of last year was, or even I said worst game, and he talked about Stifle. First of all, I think you're effing full of crap. I don't know what your issue is, but Stifled is an incredible game. Anyhow, so he displayed what he found was annoying about the game and what he didn't like. And then in the comments and
in the live chat on the Golden Stream, yeah.
That's right. That guy is Will came at him hard, and he was not happy with what Zephyr had to say for himself. And he did think that Stifled was a very good game, and he did think that it was scary. And so we tried to get him the little fight here.
Fight.
This is our first topic. Here's our first topic. If that guy is Will and Zephyr Games meets in the back alley of I don't know, what do you think they should meet in? Some type of stripper club or something?
Behind a bakery.
Behind a bakery, which one of them will be victorious? That's our first topic. And so, Alex, just to lay down the ground rules here, are we talking about like in Creed, like VR, or are we talking about physical fist fight here?
Tooth and nail, physical fist fight, asserting your dominance over the other person.
Nice. That is good. And here is, the animosity, I want us to really feel this. That guy is Will. He said, this episode had a big plot twist. Rant alert. Stifled being the worst game of 2018? Zephyr is saying it's not scary, not good, and I'm just sitting here in shock. That's how you know he hasn't played too many VR games. Oh. I could name over 50 titles that are worse than Stifled. Stifled is a unique horror experience that scared me to death. Rant over, blah, blah, blah. And then they started really just – he said that he needed to be roasted. So there it is. There it is. And that's the most animosity and the most go-getting I've ever seen Will. So, I was impressed with it. So who wants to make the opening remarks on who they think will win this heavyweight bout?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm going to give myself, I'll give myself 2 minutes. So here's what I'm going to do. Adam, I just peeked at what I think your answer is going to be. I'm going to tell you my thoughts right out of the gate. I think that Will has this locked up. Will is the one who got emotionally charged by the statement. Will is the one who we've seen is an amazing specimen talking about his times he gets into the top. Will is a guy who will dedicate himself to the task at hand, as we've seen with Tetris Effect, and he will climb to the top of the rankings of the charts and make sure that he is number one. Do you think Will is going to stand down when Zephyr comes along and challenges him with this garbage about Stifled not being that good? I don't think so. Will is a rough, rugged competitor, and he is ready to give his all to make sure that he's going to win this fight, and he's going to walk home with the fresh thrown out bagels, leftover bagels from the bakery. That is my opening remarks, Adam. What say you?
What I say is that, love Will, he's great, but Zephyr, number one, I feel like Zephyr's younger. Two, I feel like, and this is a good thing, Zephyr is effing crazy. He'll do anything. He's got I didn't see him in person. We didn't actually see what his feed looked. I don't know what the guy looks like, but I feel like he would have the crazy eyes. Like, he's insane, man. And I think that he will play dirty. He will outsmart and outstrengthen Will. And I just honestly think the crazy factor will have Will on his heels. He won't know what's coming. He won't know how to handle it's like those, you see the, what do you call them? The fights like on YouTube of like, this is going to sound horrible. And I just
30-second fights. Yeah, I got you.
No. Okay. The black girls who fight, they're sitting there fighting, and the one that wins every time is the one just flailing her arms and doing anything. That's going to be Zephyr. Will's going down, baby.
I disagree, Adam. I think that Zephyr's the one that's going to be going down because Will, he's a man, he's calculated. When you watch those fights, when you watch the real fights between a true fighter and a wild man, the true fighter, he's got that tight, focused jab, he's got that analytical approach to it. That is Will. Zephyr might be talented at Dark Eclipse. He might have spent 5,000 hours playing Kingdom Hearts, but Will has spent 5,000 hours fighting the good fight. He spent while Zephyr was playing Dark Eclipse and learning Dark Eclipse, Will was studying and mastering the blade. You're not going to get in his way. I don't know which either one of these guys look like. I don't know how old either one of them are, but I know just from the points put up on the board, Will is walking away with a title in this situation.
See, I just don't agree with that, first of all, Buttface. And it's because you said that Will is he's more strategic. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I don't know if I've played Will in Dark Eclipse. Anyhow, Zephyr, he has those MOBA skills, man. If he can work a MOBA board that hard, what do you think he can do in real life? He's got the strategy. And that is the max test because he's battling. He could beat the people who designed the game. Kid's a beast. I think he could lure Will into a trap, strengthen himself, and then just start going. He can master debate all day. I can feel it just by talking with him. And then if all else fails, what's he going to do? Poison some donuts. And you got to be a real freaking psychopath not to enjoy donuts. So Will eat those donuts, get poisoned, get God.
So if you're hearing this, Zephyr, apparently Adam wants you to be his Valentine's for Valentine's Day coming up. So give him a shout. You know, he's getting lonely. So Adam's in love with you, apparently. Moving on to topic number 2, Adam.
No, I'm not finished because I'm going to come at you with everything I've got. Actually, not really. I just want to say I personally think that I laid out the better game plan, the more convincing argument and why Zephyr will win. Like I said, I'm going to miss you, Will. But don't worry. You will be remembered.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, Adam, that was a good opening round. Let's shake that one off, and we're going to move on to topic 2. So Adam and I were talking about Mage's Tale. I was complaining to Adam. If you saw the stream, I was yelling at him the whole time because he still has Snap turning on. Adam is not a guy who's getting motion sick unless he's playing Tetris Effect.
F you, dude. It's because the game Effing is trash, and that's why I got motion sick. I tried to play again this week. It sucks.
So when Adam was playing Mage's Tale, he still left the snap turning on, made it impossible to follow. And Adam was upset because he was not able to go into the options menu. He couldn't figure it out to turn the smooth turning on. And Adam's retort was, well, that's stupid. The snap turning should be turned off by default. So topic number 2 today, should snap turning be on by default or off by default? Adam, I think we know what your side is on this. What do you say about snap turning? Should it be default or should it be an option?
Okay, the fact that it's default is just plain stupid. Here's the thing. The majority of players, they want smooth turning. Most people do not get VR sickness. Especially, I can maybe see if you just started, but for the most part, 80% of the people now who have PSVRs, they've got their legs underneath them. They're not getting motion sick. And here's my thought, is you need to do whatever appeases the vast majority of people. Say that you are at – that's why freaking traffic lights are designed. Because not every traffic light is like, okay, every lane gets equal amount of green light. No, because that would be effing stupid. They know which road is more popular and which has more cars, and they get the greener light. Because if they didn't do that and they had equal lights, green lights on all sides, then there would be a huge backup, and then the majority of people would be aggravated. Well, guess what? The majority of people effing right here are aggravated. I think it's stupid. I think that if you are the one inconveniencing other people, which in this case, if you have to use snap turning, I understand, but you're inconveniencing the majority of people. They should be the ones that have to go in their options and undo it because they are in the minority. The rest of us shouldn't have to. It's effing bullcrap. I hate snap turning. Also, screw you, Alex. Screw you, buttface. I figured out how to turn it into smooth motion. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. 2, you can't see YouTube comments. You were making fun of me. You were picking fun. You were giving me advice, and I couldn't see it because YouTube sucks. Snap turning sucks. Everything.
Big surprise, the MAGA hat wearing racist is saying that we should not appease the minorities. I'm going to come at you with my argument. I'm going to come at you with my argument in kind of a metaphor. Now, imagine you open a restaurant and you want to serve as many people as possible. And at this restaurant, you're going to serve food, and that food is going to be good for 97% of the people out there. But for 3% of the people, some of the food might make them sick. So you have the option of serving food that maybe isn't the ideal food for the 97%, but they're still going to eat it. They're still going to enjoy it, just not as much as they might normally. And then that unlucky 3% will also be allowed to enjoy it. It's called the intolerable minority. And it's something that has been seen effect in game theory, not video game theory, but game theory time and time again. And in the business world, you want to appease game theory. You want to get maximum numbers. So you want to make snap turning the default option. That way, right from the get-go, somebody trying a game, somebody trying VR that's never tried it before is not going to run the risk of getting sick. That way, the people who can't handle VR have a chance to try it and can play it. And the people who can handle VR can still enjoy the game, and then they can go into the options later and change it to smooth turning. Snap turning should be the default, especially when Sony is so concerned about people getting sick playing VR. We don't want people getting sick playing VR. It ruins the experience, and it makes people not buy the system. Snap turning needs to be a default. Smooth turning can be an option. That's fine. But snap turning is not the game breaker that the jerks like Adam are making it out to be.
Here's the thing. I wish I could fart in your mouth right now, because if I could, I totally would. Here's the thing. Your little theory about the 97% and 3%, it's been tested. It's called Applebee's. And 97% of the people don't go there because it effing sucks. That's what's going to happen to PSVR. And the thing is, smooth turning really enhances the game. You said it yourself. You said Mage's Tale was much better smooth turning. Every game. I don't know a single game that I was like, man, I wish I had snap turning, because it is clearly the worst option. Would you not want to really just make a first impression? What do they say? There's a quote. First impressions are the most important. Well, my first impression is effing dickwads, snap turning, eat my cock. That's my first impression. That's not a good one, Alex. It's not a good one. So F you guys, quit it. Make smooth turning the default, and then let the other people who can't handle it change it, or better yet, deal with it. And then they'll be able to handle it from there on out.
Thank you, Adam, for proving my point. First impressions are really important. So when we are trying to cater to all people with the PlayStation VR, we want the people who can't potentially play VR have a chance to play VR. So the newcomers to it who might buy a new system, we want to make it to where they're likely to be able to play. So we need to turn snap turning on by default so they have a chance to enjoy it and they don't immediately feel the sickness. And the real VR owners who buy most of the games will suffer through the lack of snap turning. They will, or the lack of smooth turning. They will suffer through to get the experience if they really think it's worth it, and they will also explore the options. Whereas somebody who hasn't bought a VR yet, who doesn't know if they're sick, won't have the luxury of exploring the options. Thank you, Adam. Also, Applebee's is one of the most popular restaurants in the world, so that just also proves my point.
No, everyone agrees Applebee's effing sucks.
The fact that you and I live in different states and we both can go to an Applebee's right now proves you wrong.
No, it doesn't.
Well, just because you don't know how to drive doesn't mean you can't go to an Applebee's right now.
Dude,
order a Lyft.
You're a fool. The thing is, if you're a first-time PSVR player and you're trying to play Skyrim or you're trying to play To the Top or something like that, that's your own effing fault. Don't play a game that's the most immersive in the system. Go to something like Super Hot first. It's your own fault. You're doing injustice by us. You need to stop it.
That's right, everybody. Everybody needs to cater to the 1%. Yeah, MAGA hat wearing Adam wants everybody to cater to the 1%. You need to support him, this person who has the luxury of picking and choosing the most intense games, not the people who might have a little bit of difficulty in life. Ooh,
no way.
You're starting to show your colors, Adam. You're starting to show your real colors. I don't know if I like it.
I'm the 800,000 out of a million, butthole. I am the majority, son.
I don't think so. Think so. I can't wait. I hope somebody roasts you so hard after this. Oh my goodness. This roast box over here is just dying to jump in the hands of a real winner who's just going to annihilate you after this debate. Oh, I'm loving this. I love this segment, Adam.
Maybe a real wiener. Dude, seriously, Applebee's is so bad. Like, me and my friends make fun of it. We go to Applebee's parking lot and make fun of the people who are walking in.
That's right. That's how big of a winner Adam is. He hangs out in Applebee's parking lots just to laugh at Applebee's. He's got such important stuff to do in his life that him and his friends get together in the Applebee's. Him and that 70-year-old dude who's retired and has nothing else to do, hang out in the Applebee's bench, heckling the people that go in. That's the life you're trying to live, guys.
I opened up a Chili's next door. It's like their main competitor. I didn't really do it. I wish, because that would mean I would actually have money. Third topic of the night. The Mage's Tale is this year's quote-unquote Cold Iron best game of 2019. And so if you don't know, you haven't been following the podcast, last year I mentioned it was like the third week of January. Cold Iron came out. I put a Reddit post that said, Cold Iron, the best game of 2019. Meaning that we've had 3 or 4 weeks of PSVR games, and it is the best available game of the year. And people did not like it. They did. They were not a big fan of that post. And so now it's become kind of a running joke. And the question is the Mage's Tale this year's Cold Iron?
You want me to start, Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to look up the games that have been released thus far this year, kind of to give us a little groundwork. Do you want me to read those to you now before?
You don't have to, because I have my answer, Adam. I like Mage's Tale more than you, but I can come out and confidently say Mage's Tale is not the best game of the year in 2019. The game of the year, 2019, and it's going to be the first game that I hang my hat on in the Platinum Challenge, is Fisherman's Tale. I talked about it a little bit last week. I want to talk about it more, but we don't have a segment. Adam doesn't like me to talk about games again, but here I am doing it, guys. Fisherman's Tale is fantastic. It's short. It might take you maybe an hour or two to beat it, but if you consider it to be like an hour or two long movie, you're really going to enjoy it. The story is, heartwarming and kind of emotional and touching without overdoing it. You wouldn't, this big burly fisherman, it's not trying to pull at your heartstrings like Adam gets upset with Moss with the cute mouse or anything like that. And the gameplay is really clever without being so obtuse that you get frustrated. It is visually impressive. It is technically impressive with the way that you are interacting with 3 different worlds at once. You're interacting with yourself on 3 different scales. The puzzles are fun to solve, even when you know the solution. That's the sign of a really good, really well-designed game. The more I play it, the more I'm blown away. It is a pleasure to try to get the Platinum Trophy. Revisiting, I'm glad I did the Platinum Trophy so that I can revisit the game 2, 3, 4 times. I'm so happy with the time I've spent with Fisherman's Tale. It is the best game of 2019 so far. The Cold Iron 2019 Game of the Year.
Okay, so you're so stupid. Okay, so here are the games that have come out. Fear of the Bugs, the Fear Experience, sucks. Crisis Brigade, average, definitely not as good as Mage's Tale. The Mage's Tale. Rage Room, sucks. Deadland VR, sucks. Trainer VR, which I'll get to here in a minute. Dream Match Tennis VR World Tour, sucks. Fisherman's Tale, good. Couple demos, don't count. Kingdom of Blade, sucks. Demo Disc 3, doesn't provide anything for us. And Megalith, good. So here's what I'm thinking. It's got to be Megalith, it's got to be Fisherman's Tale, or it's got to be Mage's Tale. Trainer VR, ironically enough, I actually had the most fun of all the games that I've played. So I haven't played Fisherman's Tale, but I played Megalith. I actually had more fun in Trainer VR, and I'm having more fun in Trainer VR than the Mage's Tale. It's just obviously limited. So although I had the most fun, I can say that Trainer's VR is not the best game. So, okay. So it's between Megalith, Fisherman's Tale, Mage's Tale. Mage's Tale definitely better than Megalith. It's a better single player. It's not repetitive or as repetitive. It's not as one-dimensional. So there we go. So it's between Fisherman's Tale and Mage's Tale. 2 tales, the tale of the tales. And of course, you'd pick the one that has the most sentimental and heartwarming story, you big freaking nanny. Nancy, whatever. Titty. You titty. Listen, Fisherman's Tale, first of all, is short. We're talking about a nine-hour game here, dude, in the Mage's Tale. We're talking about fierce combat. We're not talking about, solve the simple puzzle my 7-year-old niece could do. Pat on the back to me. I wonder if he ends up finding his true love. Oh, that's a cute diary he wrote in. Alex, I bet you wear a freaking skirt when you play the game, don't you?
If anything.
No, you wear a skirt and or dress. Maybe lingerie, you freaking woman. Here's the thing. There's no way Fisherman's Tale is better. Does it have a better plot? Okay, I'll probably give you that. But the entire body of work, we've got more replay value. Do you think the puzzles, realistically, which has the better puzzles? You've played both.
I think Fisherman's Tale has better puzzles. They're more interesting. Not
okay,
more difficult,
why?
But more interesting.
Because I was impressed with the Mage's Tale puzzles, and I don't even like puzzles. So, I mean, I can't really debate that because, again, I haven't played Fisherman's Tale. But why? Like, give us some examples. Why do you like their puzzles better?
It's a mind-blowing scale that you have to take into account. So you have a diorama in a room that is actually the room that you're in. So when you look down, you see yourself in the room interacting. So you can actually like reach down and high five the little version of yourself. And so what happens is you need like a key, and the key that you have in your room is way too small to fit the door that you're trying to open in your room. So what do? You take the small key, you drop it down on the diorama, and then you look up and there's a giant hand dropping a big key in front of you, and you grab it from yourself and then go open the door. It's fantastic. It is mind-bending, and it is novel. I haven't seen it in any other game. It's much better than the Mage's Tale, where you see spikes and there's water on it and you freeze the spikes. Oh my God, I did that in Super Metroid, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not sold. Dude, okay. So let's just say I'm going to try to give you a benefit of the doubt because I've slaughtered you up to this point. Let's say the puzzles are better in Fisherman's Tale. Okay, Mage's Tale. One, definitely, first of all, there's no combat in Fisherman's Tale. It's boring as balls. Mage's Tale, not only do you have the combat, but I really, really like the aspect that you can create your own spells. I don't know how many combinations there are, but there's a lot of them, which I just think is awesome. If I want wind that does damage with high range, or if I want a fireball that can be seeking or guided via my hand, that is so cool. Such a fun aspect. And they thought out of the box to provide that. Killing the enemies, I mean, again, we mentioned it's not the greatest combat in the world, but I dislike the fact that not the combat itself, but how they set up the combat. You even said the game was funny. You think the plot's better than I do. I didn't think the plot was that good. You like it even better. It's something. It's a 9-hour game, a full-fledged like Resident Evil 7 length game. That is awesome. Something that the Fisherman's Tale cannot do for you. I'm assuming Fisherman's Tale has no replay value after you finish it, huh?
I've played it 3 times now, and I've enjoyed it every single time.
Here's the thing. You're doing it because you're trying to get that platinum. You're not playing it because it's enjoyable. Tell the truth, liar.
No, I replayed it to try to get the platinum, and in replaying it, I enjoyed the time I spent with it. Now, here's my question for you, Adam. Imagine you got to take one of 2 dumps. One, you ate a lot of broccoli, and you sit down in the pot, and it just comes out nice and easy. Almost feels good. Just you drop that nice healthy load right in the toilet, and you're done in 5 minutes. Or you've been eating junk food and you go in there and you have a 9-hour battle with your rectum, and you're just on the pot, and it's not enjoyable, but it takes a long time, takes a good chunk of time out of your day. Which one do you want? Because to me, I want the nice smooth experience, something that doesn't hold me back, and it's not eating up all my time, and it's enjoyable, and everything is just right. I don't want something I'm going to have to battle through and fight through for 9 hours. Time is not a factor when it comes to quality. I don't need long-ass games. I need something good, something that's going to satisfy me the entire time. And that's what Fisherman's Tale has done.
It doesn't even make any sense because the long 9-hour dump you're talking about would be no VR grid. This does not count. I am mentioning it. I'm not talking about it. That is 18 floors.
No 18 floors discussion, Adam.
Okay, that is special delivery, where you really drop a special delivery in someone's mouth because it's so bad. Mage's Tale is a good game. Like I said, it's not great. It's a good game. I can't believe that you believe. I actually don't believe that you think A Fisherman's Tale is better. I think you're just trying to battle me, and that's bullcrap. We can agree, Alex.
I genuinely think Fisherman's Tale is the better game. In 2019, if I had to pick one game to represent 2019 for PSVR so far, I would pick Fisherman's Tale. It was a better game in my mind.
So your wife is like, "Hey, I want to play a little VR." What's a new game that you have that I want to play? You're going to hook her up with Fisherman's Tale?
I'm going to put her in Fisherman's Tale. I've almost put her in it already just because it's so interesting.
And then she will go to Snooze Town, USA, and you'll be like, "Oh wow, she's really enjoying that game." She'll go, "Oh wait, no, I just took a 1.5-hour nap because this game freaking is boring as balls." But she's in Mage's Tale and she was dipping and dodging and throwing. She got a little sweat on. She unlocked some dungeons. Cool stuff. Did you get the little guy in the bottle, Alex, in Mage's Tale? Did you find him?
Not yet.
See, you already passed him because it was like 2 dungeons ago. I know you passed him. See, that's why you don't appreciate it, because you don't unlock everything. There's a little guy in a bottle, and you had to figure out, oh, how do I get him out? What'd I do? I broke the bottle. You should have done it. I killed him. But I went back to the last checkpoint, and then I figured out how to get him out. He sang a little song. There's little tidbits in there. There's Easter eggs. There's things that you have to find. It's fun stuff. There's a little frog throwing the things in the frog. It's awesome. There's so many cool things about the Mage's Tale, and I will not have this discussion with you any longer. It is clearly the better game, Fisherman's Tale. Am I saying Fisherman's Tale is bad? No, I'm not. But Mage's Tale is much better. It is the superior game. It is the cold iron of 2019. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I guess Adam just ended the master debater for us. I guess Adam really fancies himself to be the master.
The thing is, I want the people listening, I want you to tell me who's the master debater. That's what I want to know. Who is the best master debater? Because I think maybe I can see Will obviously is going to be, oh no, Alex won because you picked Will in the fight. But those who are impartial, I feel like I think I got it.
You know what? I don't want to know who the best is. I want to know who the worst is, because we still have a roast box that we need to send out, and we need you guys to hit us up with some roast. So if you don't want to say mean things about us, at least let us know who the worst master debater is. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on our email, and let us know the loser of the master debater competition. I hope you enjoyed our argument.
But you have to roast us. We are going to give it one more week before we send out the prize. We actually don't have that many entries. So either you guys are really nice or you don't listen to us. So if you you got to roast us. You can't just mention something. You got to roast one of us.
I have a feeling my mom is going to win this box.
We're just going to send a box to each other, Alex. Yeah. That's what's going to happen, because I've been roasting you all night. So let's go. Let's go. I would love it. So I think, I master. One more master debater topic. Tetris Effect is out. The demo is free, and it's at a reduced price for the sale. I hate the game. Game sucks. What? This isn't even that good of a topic. This is more of just general news. The demo is free. Should they check it out, or how hard should they check it out, Alex?
Adam, you played the demo and fell in love with the game. I recommend, if you're interested, definitely play the demo. And
that's the topic. Don't play the demo, because they put, assuming it's the same demo, they put the best 3. No, that's not true. They put the best 2 levels on there. So then you're like, oh dang, dog. If this is just a sample of what I'll get, I'm gonna get shook. I'm gonna be shook. You are shook because it's such a piece of effing bullcrap crap. I tried to play it again yesterday because I came home from work and I'm like, I just want to play something cool and immerse myself. And by the end of it, I was slamming my controller on the ground, flipping off the TV, and I had to go master debate to kind of relieve some stress. That game effing sucks. So don't play the demo. If you like Tetris, you should just buy the game. Don't play the demo because it's going to convince you otherwise.
I'm going to agree with Adam and say don't play the demo, because you should already own the game, because it's a wonderful game. It's not the best game of the year, like a lot of people say, but it's a very enjoyable game, especially if you like Tetris, especially if you like Tetsuya Mizuguchi style games and the whole synesthesia, unity of sound and visual design. I enjoyed it. I don't know what the price is at the discount, but it's going to be a good discount. What is it, $30? That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad deal. I play the game a lot more than I thought I would. I came out not liking it that much, and now I've come around to it. It's kind of a testament to the quality of the game that Adam still comes back to play. I think Adam might have played the game more than I have, for somebody who says he doesn't like it. He doesn't need to play it, but
here's the thing. So with this game, I looked because I saw a tweet. That game won so many awards. Like, it's mind-boggling. So the reason I keep playing it is because I'm hoping some floodgate will open, or a door will open, or I'll be enlightened, or maybe I'm missing something. I have FOMO. I'm fearing that I'm missing out on something, but I can't do it. Every time I play it, I hate it. I don't know what to say. So that's why I keep going back to it, because I'm afraid I'm missing something. But I feel like by now, if something were to strike me, it would have happened by now, right?
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, if you really hate it this much, I don't know why you're playing it. You should be playing Fisherman's Tale instead.
No. Okay, maybe, but not until I play the Mage's Tale. Okay, so now I want to go into segment 3 because I got airing a grievance. We got some news to talk about. I still don't understand how we determine when PSVR games come out because
Yeah, I have no idea.
well, what the F, dude? And then we'll cover some sales and then send you on your way. So thanks for listening to this episode of Master Debaters. And we hope you enjoyed it. Let us know who is the best debater. And then, heck, roast us. You may win some free PlayPSVR boxes. So we'll see you in segment 3. Peace out.
Oh, okay. I'm done master debating, Adam. I'm ready to talk about some sales and some releases with you, Adam. But first, we got problems, man. We got grievances. Do you want to lay into it? Lay into the airing of grievances for us first?
Okay, so my my thing is games with impossible modes. And I know this is just going to sound like, oh, you effing suck, get good. But I'm serious. First of all, Beat Saber Expert Plus is just stupid, okay? I almost lose, and I have the no-fail modifier on. It's so hard. It's so unreasonable. I've gotten to the point where I can finish all expert songs and do pretty well and do them with consistency without any issue. I know Expert Plus is for the best of the best, but it seems like they went out of their way to make it borderline impossible. I know, obviously, you can look at the leaderboards. It is doable. People have done it. But the only thing I can think of is that you have to just memorize, like replay each level over and over and memorize where some of these blocks are coming from. Because the thing that gets me isn't the speed. It's not when the blocks are on the right side, the side that you learned on, that's not impossible. But it seems like the blocks are flipped. Like the right side has red blocks and the left side has blue blocks. It seems like that occurs just as often when they're on the quote-unquote correct side, which is just so hard to see coming. And then there's so many different angles you have to hit them. It's freaking impossible. And it really ruins it. And the fact that there's now a mode that is better or harder than the one that I can now do aggravates me. So I'm not going to be able to just let it go, because it's one thing also be like, okay, well, just play the mode that you can play and enjoy the game. Well, I can't do that because there's now a mode harder than that, and it just irks me. And now the game isn't fun because it's so ridiculous. It's stupid. Like, why make it that hard? That's just unnecessary. Another grievance I have is Battlezone. I played it earlier this week. I was like, okay, I'm going to try to beat Extreme because I love the game, and Extreme is the only thing I haven't done in the game. That, too, is impossible. There is no way. Like, maybe if you had the same 4 people the entire map, you immediately maxed out your heal, and I still don't even think that's possible. I don't know how you do it. Again, obviously, I know it is possible because people have done it, but I really don't know, and that really ruins the game. I couldn't get through. I did 3 levels on my own. No, I only did 2. I got decimated on the 3rd level. It's just, why? Why make these modes where you are trying to make it impossible? And yes, I know, okay, 0.01% of the people who can play can actually beat it, but you should be creating a game for the masses that everyone can enjoy. And when you have this extremely difficult mode, it ruins it all for me. I mean, it's me, and some people love the challenge. I think it sucks. You need to quit it. Make it so that, yeah, it's harder than hard mode or it's harder than expert mode, but make it doable. Make it fun. It seems like these people just made it so insane that it's not even fun. And I have talked to people who played Battlezone and beat expert, and they're like, yeah, it's not fun. You just have to creep. And it's really not fun, but you have to do it. Like, why make something like that that's not fun? Knowing it's not fun just to make it difficult. That's annoying to me. Quit it. That effing sucks. You ruined 2 games for me by having a mode that is impossible, and now it's going to bug me. I'm going to quit playing your game. I'm done. I'm not going to play Beat Saber again. And unless Alex or our little Twitter group wants to play Battlezone, I'm not going to play it again either. You turned me off.
I think that Expert Plus mode should be the default and that you should have to go in and change the settings if you want it to be easier. Do you see how that sounds, Adam? Do you see how that sounds? It sounds stupid is what it sounds like.
It's not the same.
Now, what I'm going to get into is piggybacking off of what you said, Adam. I could easily say my grievance is you. I'm so mad at you after that past debate. But what I'm going to go at is I'm kind of upset about this Expert Plus thing too. Not because I hate, super difficult games, whatever. If people want to make the game crazy hard, go for it. I don't care. What I'm upset about is that we have a super anticipated game like Beat Saber. And when we get it on the PSVR finally, we have a limited track list. 11 songs, something like that, maybe less. And the update that they push out is Expert Plus. Take the songs that we already have and just make them really hard. That's not what you should be focusing on. Okay, so a couple people wanted it, but that's not what we need here to fix this situation. We need more songs. You need more music. I don't like half the songs on Beat Saber. They're all right. They're tolerable, but they're not fun to play for me because they're just not that enjoyable. We need more variety. We need more songs. Put your efforts towards that. Quit wasting your time trying to make things hard. Whatever. It's going to be hard. These idiots are going to play the game at 500 times speed. I don't care. I don't give a crap. If you want to sell games, if you want to sell people on Beat Saber, you need to put more songs in there. You're going to make more money. Nobody's going to pay money for Expert Plus. People are going to pay money for more songs. I'm serious. Just don't waste our time getting all excited about a free update when it's just going to make the game harder. Nobody's going to be able to play it anyways. I'm tired. I'm done with it. I'm done with Beat Saber, man. I'm glad it came in a bundle. I don't even care. I didn't have to pay for it. It just came with the VR2 headset on sale. Man. Oh. Beat Saber pisses me off, the whole upchuck with trying to get the blocks coming at you down at your feet and you got to swipe up. Something's in the way and you play that one level, it deletes the arrows. That's the stupidest crap in the world. Oh, yeah, you got like 5 arrows coming at me and you delete the arrows whenever you got 5 blocks coming at me. You got the arrows coming in, the arrows get deleted. Well, guess what? I can't see what arrows were on the block behind the first block. So guess what? I just have a bunch of blocks coming my way, have no idea which way to hit it. That's so dumb. It's not called beat. Guess what direction you're supposed to hit it,
dude. That's why I want to see someone be Expert Plus with no arrows. That's what I want to see. And here's the thing: some of these people, God bless you. I know none of my friends because I looked like on my PSN. Some of these people have no lives, need a job or something. Someone will do it. It's just how long is it going to take? The fact that someone's already beaten all the songs and gotten 600,000 on Expert Plus is disgusting. To get that means that they probably made it the whole way through without missing a single block. And it's, like I said, it's designed so you can't do it, which just means they must have spent some time, disgusting amount of time on it. Like, play a different game, dog. Do something. Whatever. F it. Let's move on to the news. Beat Saber Gus all riled up. I'm not super riled up, but I am pretty perturbed. Regardless, Starblood Arena, it's shutting down, which, we played the game. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good game. It's one of those I'll definitely make you motion sick if you're not used to it. Some people are fighting for the single player campaign to remain, which, dude, why?
There is no single player camp. You can't play the game offline. That's the issue. So when the servers go down, the game will be unplayable from here on out. That's the issue. That's the problem.
I used to play by myself.
You'd play by yourself against bots on an online server.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty crappy. I like the developers. It's a fun game, but it just sucks when somebody puts out content and you just can't play it anymore because the servers went down. It's like, just give us something. Just give a bots only mode or something. Please.
How many people would play it? Say they did it. They had it so that they gave them one server, or there was a patch where you could play it just by yourself. How many people would really do that? I wouldn't play it.
Yeah. I don't know. You're right. There's definitely the fact that the demand comes out after the game's been more or less canceled to a degree is a testament to not that many people were playing it to begin with. It's a fun game. It's disappointing that it didn't have the fanfare that it deserved because it's a well-developed game. I think it would have gotten a lot more appreciation if there was just a rudimentary single-player mode. Like, just make it like Doom. Just throw some short levels together, put some random enemies in there, and let's go. They did it with Forsaken. I love that game. Just do it. That's what you get when you don't put a single-player component in your game. People are just going to stop playing it after a while.
They didn't stop playing Eve.
That's because Eve is real. No, Eve is single player. You can play against bots without having to go online.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I'm not playing Eve until I get a flight stick, so F that. Okay, what other news do we got, Alex?
Yeah, speaking of great single-player games that feel like a multiplayer game, Tribe Toys Bow to Blood is coming out. They're doing the whole thing where they release a flat mode, but on top of that, they are also making an enhanced mode called The Last Captain Standing. They're going to have some new enemy types. I think maybe some new ships to battle against, maybe some new weapons and some gameplay modes. They're just overall kind of enhancing the game with little tweaks. I love this game. It's a fantastic game, and I want more people to play it. And if the flat mode means that more people play it, that's another wonderful piece right there. I hope they get enough money to make like a multiplayer add-on. This game is starving for multiplayer. But yeah, there you go. Battle Blood. Check it out. It's probably going to be on sale too with this launch.
Yeah. All right. So some release dates have been put out is Wizards. That date will be announced soon, probably next month if we had to take a guess. So that's going to be pretty pumped. That way we can really master debate whether what's better, the Mage's Tale or the Wizards, because we've already kind of mentioned. How do you say this? Sirento? Whatever.
It's supposed to be like silent. It's supposed to sound like silent.
Okay. Well, that's May 3rd. So that's definitely a highly anticipated game coming up. That could be I guess at that point it's kind of several months in. It wouldn't be the Cold Iron game of the year, but that could be definitely the best PSVR game that's come out to date.
It's one of the big boy 3D rudder games, and you can also do backflips in it too. It sounds really cool. I'm excited about it.
Ooh, doing a backflip in VR would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will be. But you're going to do probably with step backflips is what you're going to do because you won't change the options, you big goober.
Yeah, I will, butthole. Okay, so let's talk about some games that are coming out this week, dog. Mm-hmm. So this we kind of mentioned maybe in the first segment. I don't know where the F this came from, but Eden Tomorrow, according to the drop that was published by PlayStation, said on February 12th, Eden Tomorrow was going to be released. Which I don't know how that happened. No one knew. I didn't know. There was no hints. There was nothing from the developers. WTF, mate. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I believe it. But regardless, supposedly this game's coming out. If you haven't played the demo, I would do so now to really get a good feel on whether you would think it's worth your buy. But I really enjoyed the demo. Alex, you need to play the demo as well. It reminds me of kind of like Farpoint, maybe a little bit more of diversity in the gameplay and the action presented. I also didn't see any shooting, which if it's just like a puzzle game, that would make it a little, I don't know. I would have liked some shooting, but I didn't see any. So it wouldn't surprise me if there isn't any type of shooting or anything like that. But regardless, it was a great-looking game. Demo was good. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to get it if it does come out, assuming it's not some, crazy price. But that's a surprise. That's a surprise release for us. So that's exciting. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it lives up to the hype in the demo, and it's one we've been looking forward to. And this next game is perfect for Alex because he's a big sissy boy.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Adam. So the next game, I think it's pronounced Xing or Zing, Xing, The Land Beyond. It's a game that was announced a couple of E3s ago. It's looked great. It's looked fantastic graphically. It's kind of an adventure game, so I don't think it's going to be super fun combat or anything like that. But from what I watched, the game reminds me of The Witness, and last time I said that, I got burned so hard by Ranji or whatever. This, I think, is going to be better. People have played it and they have, good things to say about it. This looks like almost like a more polished, more thought out version of Mind Labyrinth VR as well. I'm down with these kind of games. Adam's probably going to hate this kind of game, but I'm really looking forward to it. It is an atmospheric first-person puzzle adventure game set in the afterlife. In death, you will find yourself on a journey across a series of mysterious lands filled with the thoughts and personalities of those long lost. Now, it sounds a lot like what Mind Labyrinth was going for, and maybe that's why Mind Labyrinth felt so rushed to get released, because they knew that this heavy hitter was coming to steal their thunder. I look forward to seeing what this game does. Adam, are you interested in this game at all now?
No, not one bit. There is no combat, and it looks pretty, but no. This is like the anti-Adam game. So I will not buy this. I will not play this. I will not cover this. Thankfully, you will. And that's why I have you around to play the games I don't really want to play. So congrats.
And that's why 30 years from now, Adam is going to still be complaining about, snap turning, whether it's default or not. And he's going to be wishing that the girls in his games had bigger boobs and that the bad guys he shot had bloodier deaths. And I'm going to be probably, solving world hunger or really opening up everybody's minds with spiritual wisdom, things like that. So
the only thing you're going to do is open up your zipper. Okay, next I want to give a shout out because this week we had a very interesting one and I love it. This isn't from a fan. Maybe I don't even know if this is a shout out, but it's hilarious. So we got contacted by a television agency saying that they have a new TV show coming on air, and they wanted the rights to Trickster VR so that they could play it on a television in the background. Which we were like, what? Like, what the heck is this? Why are you asking us? I don't know how they got our website, our contact info, why they asked us. But obviously, these people thought we were Sony. They asked us. I was like, dude, no, we're not Sony. On our website, we do not have a Sony logo anywhere. I appreciate that the website must look good, but it doesn't have anything to do with PlayStation. I don't understand how this keeps happening. I don't understand. But it was definitely one of the more being boozled, I guess, comments that we've gotten thus far, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, Again, it's another wonderful thing. People just think we're a lot more official than we are. I think Adam and I both tried to pivot this email into an actual TV appearance for us. They said they'll get back to us. I have the highest hopes. It sounds like, next month you're going to be seeing PlayPSVR, the NBC TV series. Watch us. We appear right after Young Sheldon on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. So look forward to that. We have a nice 1.5 hour time slot apparently.
Nice. Perfect time for a podcast. Okay, so next, let's cover some sales. Alex, hopefully you got those for us because I'm not going to lie, I didn't prepare jack whoop.
So before we went live, I got excited because I saw that there was a PSN flash sale, and that's usually when you get some awesome deals. So let me read what's on sale for you and tell me if you're excited, Adam. What is on sale? Tetris Effect for $30. Sprint Vector for $12.
Ooh, that's actually
VR Apocalypse for $9.
No.
Evasion for $20.
That's the biggest ripoff.
And Theseus for $5. That's the sales. I hope you guys saved up your money for this blockbuster sale. Yeah.
So I'm assuming that of those, Tetris Effect is a game that if you don't have, that would be the one biggest on your radar. Have you played Sprint Vector yet, Alex?
I'm so fat. There's no way I'm playing Sprint Vector. I owned it just to try to trick myself into thinking I was going to be getting skinny playing VR. You know it's not happening. I want to play it. I'll try. If you get it, Adam, we could probably race together, but I'm so out of shape. This is not going to work, man. I'm not going to play Sprint Vector anytime soon. I sweat too much. I'm too lazy. I'm a broken shell of a man these days. I'm so tired, Adam. I'm so tired.
You look tired.
I played Theseus. That's not that great. $5 sounds about right.
Okay. Well, I won't buy that then. Okay, so that's pretty weak sales here, but oh well. Okay, so I think at this point we've master debated. We've talked about our games, sales, airing a grievance. I think we're ready to cut this bad boy loose. Let you guys get out there and enjoy your PSVR. So we thank you for listening to us. We want you to rate us, berate us. We don't care. We just want to hear from you. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell strangers, tell your family members, tell your followers, tell whoever about us, because we want to help PSVR reach to the nations and let everyone know what a wonderful system it is. And we need your help. We love you. Thank you for listening. Contact us. We got the Twitters. We've got the Reddits. We've got our website, playpsvr.com. We've got our email, playpsvr@gmail.com. We've got it all. Again, just come tell us who's the better master debater. If you want the rights to your favorite video game to play on a PC or social media, ask us. We'll send you to Sony. But go ahead and ask us. Other people do. Or if you just want to roast us, do it. There's a Play PSVR gift box ready for you if you do it. So thanks for listening. And as we end, we'll have a little titty for you.
Yeah.